He's having conversations. Romano drops interesting update on long-term Tottenham target with 26 goals and 9 assists. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Before we dive into this update, be sure to press that subscribe button and keep up with all the latest news. Tottenham are reportedly keeping a close eye on Canadian striker Jonathan David, with speculation growing that he could be available on a free transfer next summer. According to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, David is expected to leave his current club, Lille, when his contract expires in June 2025. This has attracted interest from several top European clubs, including Tottenham, Arsenal, and teams from Italy and Spain. Romano emphasised that David, who is just 24 years old, will carefully evaluate his next move, considering both financial terms and the overall project and management of any interested club. Speaking on the debrief, the Romano said, "He will consider several things, not just financially, the project, the managers, so he's not going to decide now. For sure, he's having conversations with several clubs, not him, his agent, clubs in England and clubs in Italy, clubs in Spain. Jonathan David is one of the biggest names on the market for the summer of 2025. Again, before making any decisions, he will take his time. It's not something for now or something for 2024. Jonathan David will explore his options, but for sure I expect him to leave Lille as a free agent. Spurs' interest in the striker makes sense, given his impressive performances over recent seasons. With his speed, strength and knack for exploiting defensive gaps, David would be a significant addition to any team's attack. Last season, the Brooklyn-born forward demonstrated his quality by scoring 26 goals and providing 9 assists in 47 matches for Lille, showcasing his ability as a top-level forward. He has continued his strong form this season, already netting 8 goals and providing 2 assists in 13 games, further boosting his reputation. With David nearing the end of his contract, Tottenham could see this as a prime opportunity to secure a proven goalscorer without the hefty transfer fee. As the summer of 2025 approaches, Spurs are likely to keep a close watch on David's situation, hoping to bring in one of Europe's most exciting attacking talents. Tottenham manager Ange Postecoglou has faced criticism from journalist Alasdair Gold following Spurs' defeat to Brighton. Despite a promising first half where Tottenham led 2-0 through goals from Brennan Johnson and James Maddison, the team collapsed in the second half, conceding 3 goals in just 18 minutes. Gold's primary frustration stemmed from Postecoglou's decision to delay making substitutions until the 79th minute, giving the fresh players little time to impact the match. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Gold expressed disappointment with the reasoning behind Postecoglou's late changes. The manager explained that he didn't make earlier substitutions because he didn't want the team to be falsely rewarded for their overall performance. Gold found this explanation problematic, arguing that Postecoglou should have prioritised winning the game first and dealt with performance issues later. The club correspondent suggested that the decision to hold off on making substitutions seemed emotionally driven, which is uncharacteristic of Postecoglou, who is usually more pragmatic in his approach. Gold said, "I'm sorry that was just, for me, was one of Postecoglou's contrary moments that he does sometimes where he'll just say something just to be like, 'No, you haven't figured me out. I'm sorry.' The false reward thing was like, yes, say that to the players after if you want. If they still win it, say to them, 'You didn't deserve that. That's going to be so much better next time.' That's fine, but don't come out and kind of claim like it wouldn't really make any difference making subs, because ultimately, we didn't deserve to win the game. No, change the game, win it, and then fix the problems after that one." I just feel like that one was one that was tinged with a bit of emotion. Too much emotion for a guy that normally thinks about what he says, but that was one I wasn't a massive fan of. Ange's reasoning behind his decision for the late substitutions is quite strange indeed. Not making the changes because you don't want the team to think that they deserve the win in the event that the substitutes could come on and change the game is truly bizarre. Had Tottenham won the game, it would have been their 6th consecutive victory. Instead, the defeat leaves the team with much to reflect on during the international break as they aim to regain form and consistency in the Premier League. They face West Ham next after the international break is over, and Ange will hope to bounce back from the defeat with a convincing win over their London rivals. Paul Robinson does not think Tottenham have abandoned their pursuit of Eberechi Eze, but there could be competition for the Crystal Palace star. It has been reported by a number of sources that Eze is keen to swap Crystal Palace for a fresh challenge on the back of the club's poor start to the season. This claim was also carried recently by Football Insider, who suggested that while the attacking midfielder could be available for a fee of around £50 million and £60 million, the Eagles are reluctant to lose any of their key players in January. The outlet claimed that it could be a three-horse race for the England international signature between Spurs, Liverpool and Newcastle. Robinson asserted that Ange Postecoglou's men are indeed looking at the market for an attacking midfielder and that Eze remains one of the names on their wish list. However, the former Tottenham number one predicted that there will be a major scramble for the 26-year-old services among many of the Premier League's top clubs. He has now told Football Insider an attack-minded midfielder is something they are looking at alongside James Maddison. Eze, depending on how this season goes with Crystal Palace, will sit down and see where his future lies. It'll be a tough one to get done in the winter. He's under contract until 2027, so come next summer he'll have 2 years left on his contract. I fully expect there to be interest in Eze if he has a good season for Palace this year and plays well for England as well. There'll be a number of clubs ready to take him away from Selhurst Park next year. The top clubs in England will all be after him. The likes of Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal and Tottenham are all admirers of Eze and are keeping tabs on his situation ahead of next summer's transfer window. With Dejan Kulusevski now operating as a number 8, it remains to be seen if Postecoglou would prioritise spending big on an attacking midfielder in January, particularly with Lucas Bergvall also waiting in the wings for an opportunity. The Tottenham head coach might decide to sign another wide player instead to offer competition to Brennan Johnson on the right wing. Tottenham are said to be closely monitoring Angel Gomes, with a potential move for the young midfielder next summer reportedly on the cards. According to TBR Football, Gomes is expected to leave Lille on a free transfer when his contract expires in June 2025, and Spurs are among several top clubs keeping a close watch on his situation. Tottenham's recent transfer activity has shown a clear focus on securing promising talent, and Gomes fits perfectly into this approach. The 24-year-old, a product of Manchester United's academy, has been making a name for himself in League One, where he has played a pivotal role for Lille in recent seasons. His performances have been so impressive that he earned his first senior call-up to the England national team during the last international break, further raising his profile among top European clubs. While Tottenham are believed to be frontrunners in the race to sign Gomes, they face stiff competition. Clubs like Manchester City, Bayern Munich, RB Leipzig and Inter Milan have also expressed strong interest in acquiring the versatile midfielder. Gomes' ability to play multiple roles in midfield and his playmaking prowess make him a highly sought-after player. Last season, Gomes made 45 appearances across all competitions for Lille, contributing 2 goals and 10 assists. As he approaches the final year of his contract, Tottenham will be closely monitoring his development, with hopes of adding a young and dynamic player who could make a significant impact in the Premier League. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications on our latest content. Don't forget to like this video and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!